Hi everyone, it's Catherine here from Inky Fingered Cat, and so I filmed the unboxing of the Bucket List Lollipops Box Club kit last night. I left it all out on the desk and went off and watched Loki. Really good, really enjoyable, still don't really know what's going on. And I thought I would come in, grab myself a little bit of time and add a page to my journal. That's my April to June journal. So I still need to do a picture of Robin and Penelope for in here and to do the journaling on that, but otherwise I've done that. It's looking quite nice, starting to feel a bit chunky, but nowhere near as chunky as the last one, which I'm hoping that's the case, because otherwise it's not going to start fitting in the what's it called, the cover, journal cover. So we have an empty page here. I'm actually thinking this picture's a bit big, so it's going to have to be chopped down a bit, but oh, I'd completely forgotten I'd done that. I don't need that picture. That picture can actually be put in a frame and put on the wall or something, but or maybe I could do some scrapbooking. Tempted. So these are actually pictures from the same day out. So that's actually the identical picture to that, but it's already been cropped. So this is when we went to Dunham Massey for a lovely walk. Some point near Easter. Can't remember when. And what I'd already done was I'd already selected a couple of die cuts I wanted to use, which I'd completely forgotten about. And I put it in here. So I might as well just get cracking. So my plan is to use this bucket list kit in order to... Oh, I like that. I like the idea of doing that and doing a page on here. That okay, I'm not doing that right at this moment. But yes, the plan is to use this kit and to do this page. And so I've obviously already selected this. Let's just have a look. Oh, that's gone a bit wonky. What's going on there? There's a little bit at the back here which actually I want to take out, because I'm going to put that somewhere else and use it in another way somewhere else, not in this kit journal. I'm thinking that that maybe can pull off. Actually really like that. Now it's got a bit of text print as well. I think I might use that on this page somehow. Okay, I need to get cracking. Loving the colour of that bag. Okay, so what happened then? Husband came in, had no idea I was videoing, had to press pause, had to stop. Also, you know when you're trying your hardest not to rip something, but I'm thinking I might be able to somehow squeeze it under something. I don't know. Anyway, that's what happened. I'm thinking I really like this, and I'm thinking if I just chop it down there, that would work. And create a nice little potential pocket we could use. Perfect. Right, let's keep going. Wondering about this gorgeous paper though. I don't want to cover it up because it's so nice. And then I'm thinking I don't want that. No, don't want to use that paper. It's too nice to use. Wondering about that though. Maybe with the stripiness. Is it too much? What do we think? Is it too many stripes? I've realised I'm not particularly on camera. for you to see the whole page. There we go, that probably helps. Really liking the sun. Okay, I'm thinking that works. So I'm thinking that there's cut around about there and somewhere along these sorts of lines. Oh, got sniffles. Oh, excuse me. The joys of paper. Apologies. Okay, I'm feeling like this is a very strange video I'm doing, where I'm randomly thinking, I don't know that I want to talk. Anyway, it's been a while. I'm a bit out of practice. I think that's the issue. It's been a crazy few weeks at work, at personal life. I've not been particularly well, I will admit that much. So I do have some issues with depression and anxiety, and they've been particularly challenging in the last few weeks. Okay, I'm liking that as a base. I think I need to do some sticking, because otherwise, yeah, nothing's going to get done. So yeah, it's been a funny old few weeks. And I have done zero crafting, but there has been some exciting stuff going on. So let's put aside my little wobbly mental health issues that I've been having. Really conscious this tape runner just keeps wanting to jiggle over to come off the loops, and I don't know why. So what's been going on? Let's tell you what's been going on, of the bits that I can tell you about, because obviously I'm not going to start talking about work. So we have spent a lot of money. We have bought a new laptop because our laptops were dying. They are very old. They're about 14 years old-ish. And couldn't get Excel to open, couldn't get documents to open, really, really slow. So we decided, right, that's it, blow it, let's spend some money. So we knew this was coming. It wasn't like it was a complete surprise. And so, in addition, my husband doesn't really have particularly good amounts of random technology in terms of devices. He had a Kindle Fire, which was like the Kindle version of a tablet. So slightly more than just for reading, that kind of thing. And yes, I'm liking that. He was due an upgrade, really, if I'm honest. And so that's what we did. We went and got a new laptop, which is sort of like one of these, well, what's it called, a Microsoft Surface thing, which is fab. Not really had a play of it yet because I've not had time. But then on the same day, we started also looking for sofas. So for those that don't know, our sofa has been broken for ages and has been on temporary fixes. And then on Christmas Eve, one of the temporary fixes broke again and ended up on the floor, which was very funny. But it's been on another very temporary fix, and it's been very dodgy. So I've sort of stopped sitting on the bit where it's dodgy as a result. So yeah, so we've been doing that, looking for sofas. We didn't find a sofa for the lounge. Well, no, that's wrong. We found sofas that we liked for the lounge, but they were a lot of money. So we need to have some thinking about whether they are options we can go for or not. And whilst we were looking, we found a very good bargain of a leather sofa that, I mean, it's not completely brand new because it's one of these that's probably been repossessed from someone who's not been able to keep the payments up. So £1,200 sofa reduced to, you'll not believe it, 99 quid. It did cost us another 50 quid to be delivered, but still a brand, well, not completely new, almost brand new leather 2-seater sofa for £149, including the delivery, is not to be walked away from. And it was perfect for replacing the sofa that was downstairs, which wasn't as urgent because it wasn't broken, it was just revolting in terms of filthy, and it's not the comfiest sofa in the world, but structurally it's still okay. It was only a cheapie from IKEA, but again, it's a cheapie from IKEA that has lasted, and that's, I've just realised I said that the laptop was 14 years old. Is that right? Yeah, it's about 14 years old. The sofas, both of our sofas, are actually doing okay considering that they are, well, they were brand new when we moved into the house, and we moved into the house 11 years ago. So yeah, so they're doing okay, all things considered. I've completely forgotten to use this piece of washi, and I don't think it's going to fit in anywhere. Oh, that was silly. I wanted it in the background, just underneath there, but never mind. I'll stick it in the kit and I'll maybe use it next time. Sorry, I'm doing that thing where I'm thinking and I can't talk and think. Yeah, I think I like that down there. So yeah, so we ended up buying that, which then meant we had the sofa that was downstairs and we weren't quite sure what to do with that. But we have had the plan for ages that we would get rid of the spare bed that was in this room, because we have a spare bed mainly for when my parents were staying, when they lived outside the country, and they used to come back and stay with us for longer periods. So we had quite a decent bed in this room that, to be honest, we don't really need. If that will look nice under here. Yeah, we don't really need that. And actually what we do need, or what would be preferable to have, is something that I can work at, which is not my craft desk. So even though I can now go back to the office, and indeed I have done on a couple of times gone into the office, we are in a position where we will never be in the office full time. So part of the week will always be spent at home. And if I'm doing that, I'm never going to get my craft desk back to being just a craft desk. So we'd always had the plan, get rid of the spare bed, and then we would be able to do something with, in this room, that is a desk for work and then the desk for the craft stuff. So that's been a plan for a while. And then what happened was that we were just about to do all of that and we got into lockdown again. So we knew we couldn't go and buy a desk from IKEA, which is the plan, just to get a cheap desk from IKEA. We would need to wait until we were open to go and look, measure, etc. So yeah, that all sort of went to pot, really, that whole plan. I'm just going to pause and just say I'm really happy already with this page, and I'm thinking I don't need much more on the front. I'm really happy. I love these pierced blooms die cuts, they're just so cute. And I'm thinking to do the tags with the journaling, there's some bits and pieces, so I think I'm going to take a pause and pull those out and maybe have a little think about. Where's the die cuts in this? I'm going to pull out the stickers and have a little look in here. Die cuts, maybe. I love chevrons. Just never quite sure if I'll use them all. Whether that needed a plainer background. Not, maybe another piece. Maybe another page, that'll work on. Right, so yeah, we like that. I've lost the plot, having paused and then going, well, what do we do? I think I like that. Okay, right, I'm going to stop doing the thinking and not talking thing. So anyway, so we paused on sorting out the spare room until we were out of lockdown. So now we're out of lockdown. I now have an additional sofa to what I need downstairs, and I decided that the best thing to do would be to take the covers off, get them washed, and they came up much better than I was expecting. And it was a bit of a battle putting them back on again, but got them back on again. And in the meantime, we deconstructed the spare bed, which is obviously the plan that we'd been trying to go for over 6 months and never got around to doing. But we deconstructed the spare bed. We popped to the big blue shop and went and bought a desk. So this spare room became a big dumping ground, and then very quickly was all organised and looked really pretty. So I've got a new desk that's set up for work. I had a lovely sofa that was nice and clean put in here. Nice little chill out zone. And then what happened was the husband invited his friends over to watch the football. And originally we thought there was only going to be 2 of them, which would be fine. And then suddenly there was going to be 4 of them. And 4 of them and our dodgy sofa was not a good mix. I've peeled off this sticker and now I don't know where I want to put it. So I'm going to put it back on the sticker sheet because I don't think I want to put it on any of those places. So yeah, it was, I don't think I want any of those stickers. Yeah, so not ideal. So then we took apart the broken sofa and changed it from an L-shaped with a chaise to just a 2-seater sofa, which then meant we had to move the sofa out of this room into the lounge. So we now have 2 mismatched sofas in the lounge in the weirdest setup, but that's just for whilst we are in the joys of football. And we just choosing stickers to go on my little signpost. I think that works lovely. Right, I'm going to do my journaling tags as well now. So yes, we then put the broken chaise into this room. So then I'd gone from a week of having a lovely room to a week of having a very messy room again. Still no crafting happening. And then we, this morning, we have managed to get rid of the chaise that was the broken bit. So I now have just random boxes in this room. But yeah, the plan is coming together. What I've also done is bought some paint in order to try and see if I can paint some of the furniture. So we have very dark wood furniture in this room, as you can see by the desk. It's all sort of like dark wood, mock wood from IKEA. Because we already had the bookcases, and so we then got these desks to match the bookcases. But my new desk is white because eventually I would like these to be white desks and white furniture. So I've bought some paint to see if I can paint the bookcases and eventually replace these desks. Possibly just get away with painting them. I'm not quite sure. I'm going to try and we'll see what happens. If not, they're not the most expensive desks from IKEA, but I'd rather just reuse what I've got rather than buy new. So yeah, that's my plan. I'm going to pause the video whilst I do some journaling. No, I'm not. I am going to decorate the tags first. Gosh, I thought this would be a nice, easy job of a crafting, and I'm finding it quite difficult today. I think it's just practice. When you're doing a YouTube video, you kind of need to do them regularly in order to remember how to talk on camera. I'm thinking that's quite cute. Quite like that. On both of them, maybe. I don't want to do it like that. And they're almost like a washi. I'm thinking that would be nice. Let's just that. So yeah, so it's been all go round here in terms of transforming the room, and what I need to do is do you a bit of a tour, maybe at the point where I'm doing the next tidy up. There's a lot of tidying up to be done. That much is a definite, very much a lot of tidying and clearing and stuff, but I don't know whether I can be bothered to video it, or whether by videoing it I might actually get it done. I don't know. I think there's some decision making to be done. That's what's putting me off doing the video, because I find the videos work best where there's no decisions, just get on with it and do it. And the decision bit always slows me down. So I'm a bit undecided on how to deal with it. I need to remember that that's the angle, that's the direction that I want them sticking out. So that's the way that I need to do the writing. So the story needs to go on there, maybe. So yeah, so it's all been really busy. The whole plan of having a separate craft desk was planned so that I would just sit and craft, and then I've not been able to do that because we have been busy. It's been so it's been Father's Day, it's been my dad's birthday, so there's been a lot of that going on. I'm off to the side just sorting out the little die cuts and seeing if there's any of those that I could use on these pages. And I don't think there's any more that I can use on there, so I'm just putting them back into the little packet so that I don't lose any, and I'm also trying to keep quite sort of sensible in what I've got out on my desk. I'm thinking maybe we could use some of that. Maybe it goes on the back. So yeah, it's all been quite busy. So yeah, Father's Day, my dad's birthday, my daughter's got exams. I mean, today is exciting because today I'm actually going out, which is an almost unheard of thing these days, isn't it? But I am going with a friend and two other people who I've never met before, one of which is her daughter and one of which is a random person. I don't know who they are. I'm sure that they're a new friend that I will make. Yeah, we're going to Gin Festival, which is very exciting. So no doubt some drinks will be purchased and some drinks will be drunk, more importantly. But we're having a nice meal out, going to Liverpool on the train, and then we are going to eat and go down to the place where the festival's happening. No doubt have some samples and some gin cocktails, maybe. And I might indeed increase my very pitiful gin collection, which is currently 2 bottles, which hilariously my friend Michelle has a lot of gin bottles, but she has a whole cabinet that she uses, whereas we don't have a cabinet. So I'm liking the camera one, but because part of what we were doing was taking lots of pictures. Do you know what though? I love this artwork, but I don't think it's in keeping with this page. Now, I am now going to just have a little think, because yeah, there was another kit. Oh, there was also some bits on that I want to put up, but there's another kit which has cameras in it, and I think I might just have a little nosy and see if there's anything in there that might work. Right, so I've told you about the gym festival. What else has happened? I went to see In the Heights with my daughter, which was amazeballs. Loved it. I think that might work there. Yeah, like that on there. Yeah, absolutely loved In the Heights. Completely my kind of thing. First of all, I'm slightly obsessed with Lin-Manuel Miranda, and secondly, that sort of salsa music and anything a bit funky like that. Loved it. Loved it. So yes, we very much enjoyed that, and we are now slightly obsessed with listening to the soundtrack and attempting to sing along, which we are not very good at. And also, they do the sort of like the slightly rappy parts. They're so fast, and there's so many lyrics to remember. Yeah, it's not our thing at remembering how to do that. Right, I cannot remember for the life of me which kit the cameras are in, so we might have a little delay whilst Catherine looks. Clearly not that one. Okay, so it is not the Good Vibes kit. Cameras, perfect. Cameras, and I think the artwork of that works better. Love the little green hearts. See, look, I keep trying to use these hearts and then I don't quite know where to use them. Yeah, that'll do. Right, I need another camera, but I'm thinking maybe on this side. And another one on this side. That works. And maybe there. What do we think? But yeah, so In the Heights, thoroughly recommend if you like a musical, which I do. What else have we done? Obviously the husband has been watching football, but that's not for us. Do you know what? It was Easter time, so I am going to include that. Because it was still in the Easter holidays. Da, 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 da. Right. I think I won't use that ampersand, even though it appealed. Right. I am going to put my little boxes to one side. I'm going to do my journaling. Yes, that's what's going to happen. So I'm going to stop the video and I'll come back to you when I've done my journaling and we'll do the finishing touches then. Okay. Okay, so I've done my journaling, done a little bit more decorating. So on the tags, I've got a few more bits and pieces. And what I did was I actually drew some wonky lines just to do my journaling on, following the sort of the stripe of this paper on both of them. Again, just added a few more stickers and bits and pieces and told the story. So the story, it was a trip to Dunham Massey on a sunny day. It was perfect. We saw loads of deer. I mean, the deer are just amazing. Wondering if I want a different trim or whether I'm happy with those strings. I think I'm happy with the strings, but I do think I want to just shorten them a little bit. I don't mind hanging over the edge, but that was a bit long. So yeah, we saw loads of deers. We had a great time walking around the deer park, and then the gardens, and Maya and I both took hundreds of photos between us of trees. In fact, somewhere in here, no, it's in a different journal. Which journal is it in? It's in my journal. I can't currently see. There it is. It's right in front of me. So it's in my Things to Make Me Smile journal. There is a page that's all about texture, and I took all those pictures at Dunham Massey actually of bark and all the rest of it. So I love texture of tree bark. So I put a page in there about that. Took loads of pictures of flowers, took loads of pictures of the deer, took pictures of ourselves. These are all the selfie type ones that we took. So yeah, we took loads of pictures. The other thing that we did was we sat and they had like a wood-fired pizzas. In fact, oh, I've realised I've written stone baked. I meant wood-fired. Wood-fired. You know what? Doesn't matter. It's my journal. Doesn't matter that I've done something wrong. I corrected it. It's fine. So yeah, we had some pizzas, and whilst we were waiting for the pizzas to be cooked, I took this picture. Now it's actually a picture of Maya and Vin. But she was like, "No, don't you take a picture of me?" And this was in the middle of her objecting, and I love this picture of her. She hates it. I love it. So I've journaled about that as well. So I'm just going to do some finishing touches. I'm going to add in a little bit of a black line around some of the bits and pieces. But yeah, we had such a lovely day, and you know that thing where you go, we really should do this more often. Yeah, we really should do this more often. I don't know when we fit it in though. You know when you're just like, it's so busy. And this was a day we'd taken off work. She was off school for, it was, as I say, in the Easter holidays. So it was just a perfect day off, and it was lovely. It was not too busy there. It was quite quiet because we're still in sort of restriction time. So it was at the point where you could get takeaways, but there was no indoor eating or anything like that. But it was so lovely to just wander around. It was almost like it was perfect because they were restricted numbers, so it felt a lot nicer. Sometimes when you go to these places, just a little bit too busy. Maybe it's because we're so antisocial and we don't like spending time with other people. I don't know, but it was instead perfect. I'm not sure if I'm as happy that I'm now doing these black lines on these leaves, but you know what? It's too late now. I've done it. And I'm going to have to do the same with... Do you know what? I'm going to have to do that because I'm daft and I should never have done that. And I'm now wondering if I've got a bit of yellow for the centres of the flowers. I don't know if I've already got any die cut though. So for those that don't know, what I do is I have a die cutting session where I cut out from scrap paper. So I keep all my scrap paper, scrap bits and pieces. I'm actually thinking I'm so unhappy with how that flower looks, I'm going to lift that and replace it with a clean one. Dull. I don't think I have any yellow centres. I have yellows of other types of flowers. Wonder if they'll work. Yeah, I like that. Okay. I'm a bit annoyed that I've done the leaves, but I'm not going to replace those. I'm just going to replace the flower. Yeah, so it was just a perfect day. And as I say, we really need to do things like this more often. Yes, I like it with the yellow. Just brightens it and finishes it off a bit. I'm also thinking I've got some black gems. I'm wondering, yeah, I think I'm going to stick one of those in the centre, just instead of doing the lines. I'm thinking a black centre to my flowers. So yeah, we definitely need to do these things more often. We have these sorts of National Trust type properties. We have got quite a few of them in the area, either English Heritage or National Trust, and they are beautiful, and we just never seem to think to go to them. You know, maybe make time for it at a weekend. Happy with that. I think I put the original piece of paper on, slightly wonky, but never mind. I'm thinking I need to lift that because if you move those out, then the line wouldn't continue. But yeah, we do need to make more time to do things like this. It was such a lovely day out, and it was good for us. We had fresh air. We did lots of walking, so it's not like it's not good for us. I really enjoyed it, and we need to do more of those sorts of things. But for now, I'm happy, and I think that's that page done. So apologies, I was a bit in and out with the talking, as usual, a bit distracted with what I was doing. But I'm happy with that page. What do you reckon? Yeah, it's told the story. I've done another page, so I've not got that much left in this journal. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides. Hang on, did I count that right? Start from the back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I've got quite a bit actually. Set a double spread, but I already know what I'm putting on the double spread. And I need to finish that off and then we're done. We're not quite at the end of June, but we're almost at the end of June. So I've got a bit more. I've got a few more photos to print off as well. But I think that's me done. What I have done since you've probably last seen this is I have covered it. So I've used some wallpaper samples that I got that are worth for consideration for this room. Because it does need redecorating in addition to all of the furniture malarkey that I'm doing, but I'm not rushing into anything. But I've got an idea for what I want as my wallpaper for one of the walls. And what I did was I actually used the samples of the paper to fill some frames that I'd already got that used to have very cute, but my daughter's old artwork from when she was at nursery. In fact, it's all sitting here on my table. So I shall share it with you now because it's so cute. Things like little handprints, a little cupcake. That's just a random piece of card, that's not it. This cute little caterpillar. And then, can you see how much it's a colour change from having been in the frame for so long? But yeah, cute pictures of us. A little boat. Picture of our house that she did. Not that our house looks like that, but that's what she did. So we had all these in frames. Well, she's 15 now. So it was time for a change. So what I did, and I'll insert a picture here if I remember, of what I've done with the wallpaper samples just to fill those frames and to make a little decorative feature, which is behind my office desk, my work desk. I'm really happy with it. It works really well and it's quite cute. So I still have a few wallpaper samples left over and I thought, well, I'm going to use one of them to cover this. And then I've just added some die cuts that I'd already die cut. And then this was something that somebody else sent me in a swap and I just thought it was so cute. So I thought I would add that on, and then I've put the April and the June part. And it's ready for slotting back into my already quite chunky folder, but you can see how completely different those two look in terms of design. They're also very different in terms of width, so I'm hoping to go less chunky. Now what's happened is that the elastic bands that we were using to slide this in have all snapped. So what I do need to do is get some more elastic cord like this to create another one to fit it in. And then we've got our two signatures that are waiting for the other 2/4 of the ear. There's still an elastic band in those, but that to slot in alongside this. But for the moment, it just has to sit in there. And then we put the elastic cord around it. I'm going to zoom out so you can see it a little bit better. Ta-da! Nice, chunky, getting there, almost halfway through the year. Almost next week. Next week's the end of June and it'll be halfway through the year. So I've got a few more pages to get done on this journal, then we're done. So I hope you enjoyed that. I'll open it up so you can see the page that I just did. If I can remember where it is. There it is. If you did, please do give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more. I have done a lot of journaling on this channel in the last few videos. That's all I seem to have been doing is journaling. I have been making stuff. Shall I show you what I've made actually? So here you go. This is sort of the stuff that I have been making in the background. Some funky looking Christmas cards, quite luxurious looking Christmas cards actually, now that I'm looking at them again. So I've got those, and where did I put the other ones? So I've not been videoing, but these have been done in recent weeks when I have grabbed a little bit of crafting time. I've made those Christmas cards, and did make my Father's Day card for my dad and my dad's birthday card as well. But then these are some others. These very heavily inspired by Martin Stone from Martin's Mayhem. Martin's Mayhem? Yes, Martin's Mayhem. Who's a Stampin' Up demonstrator. So these were heavily inspired by him and something he shared. So I do make cards. I just didn't video those. So I need to video more card making because I just never remembered to put the video on. So yeah, not just Christmas, although I've been doing a lot of Christmassy things. I don't know why, I just got in the mood for doing Christmassy things. I think it's, what I'm actually going to do is do it as a July challenge to do more Christmas crafting. So some of those were part of that you're getting a sneak peek of. So yeah, so do subscribe. I do make other stuff other than just journaling, but at the moment I just seem to be slightly obsessed with doing journaling. And until next time, enough waffling from me, and goodbye.